African traditions the world copied but never credited. Much of what the world calls modern, much of what the world calls new, was born in Africa. From fashion to medicine, from beauty to social systems, Africa shaped global culture long before it was ever acknowledged. But history rewrote the story. Credit was erased. Origins were forgotten. Today, we expose African traditions the world copied but never credited. Stay till the end, because some of these may shock you. 1. Braiding and hair culture, the original identity system. Long before modern hairstyling existed, African societies used braids, twists, locks, and cornrows as a form of communication. Hair revealed age, marital status, tribe, social rank, spiritual beliefs. Cornrows were even used as map symbols during enslavement, guiding escape routes. Today, braids dominate global fashion, music, and beauty industries, often rebranded as trends without credit to their African origins. 2. Skincare and natural beauty rituals. Shea butter, black soap, clay masks, plant oils. African women mastered skincare thousands of years before luxury beauty brands existed. These weren't trends, they were survival, health, and self-care practices rooted in nature. Today, global brands profit from African ingredients, while the communities that created them are rarely acknowledged. 3. Textile, design, and pattern symbolism. Kente, mudcloth, adier, aso oke. African fabrics weren't decorative, they were coded language. Every pattern told a story. Every color carried meaning. Modern fashion borrows African prints, geometry, and symbolism, often labeling them as abstract or tribal, stripping them of origin and meaning. 4. Jewelry as power and status. Long before diamonds defined luxury, Africans used gold, beads, shells, and metals to represent royalty, wealth, and spirituality. African kingdoms traded gold globally while Europe was still discovering its value. Yet modern luxury rarely acknowledges Africa as the foundation of global jewelry culture. 5. Community-based living and social systems. The concept of "it takes a village" is African. Communal childcare, shared land, elders as teachers. These systems shaped modern ideas of community living, social responsibility, and even psychology, now repackaged in books, seminars, and movements, with no African credit. 6. Music, rhythm, and dance foundations. Drumming patterns, call and response vocals, polyrhythms, all African. These traditions laid the foundation for jazz, blues, hip-hop, gospel, Afrobeat, Latin music. African rhythm is the heartbeat of global music, yet Africa is rarely named as the source. 7. Fashion silhouettes and draping. Wrap garments, loose silhouettes, layered dressing. African clothing was climate smart, gender fluid, and elegant long before modern designers claimed innovation. Today, runways celebrate new silhouettes that mirror ancient African dress, without acknowledgement. 8. Body art, tattoos, and scarification. Scarification wasn't violence, it was identity, beauty, and honor. It symbolized courage, adulthood, and belonging. Today's tattoo culture echoes African body art transformed, globalized, and disconnected from its roots. 9. Herbal medicine and holistic healing. African healers practiced holistic medicine centuries before modern healthcare existed. Plants were used for pain relief, infections, childbirth, and mental health. Today, pharmaceutical research often traces discoveries back to African plant knowledge, rarely crediting its original keepers. 10. Leadership and governance systems. African societies practiced democracy, checks and balances, and councils of elders long before Western systems formalized them. Leadership was spiritual, social, and accountable, not absolute. Yet African governance is often misrepresented as primitive in history books. 11. Fashion as resistance. During colonization, Africans were pressured to abandon traditional clothing. Choosing to wear African dress became an act of defiance and survival. Today, wearing African fashion is celebrated globally without acknowledging the history of resistance behind it. 12. The rebranding of African knowledge. What the world once called primitive is now called sustainable, organic, minimalist, ethical. Africa didn't need rebranding. The world needed remembering. African traditions were never lost. They were taken, renamed, and repackaged. But today, the truth is resurfacing. Africa is reclaiming its voice, its culture, its credit, because what the world copied, Africa created. If this video opened your eyes, like it, share it, and subscribe. And tell me in the comments, which African tradition deserves more recognition today?